welcome to the Magic of Boots 84th episode and Arsenal versus Man City preview. So, City has lost Rodri due to the red card, and that's why I think I was going to discuss about like previous matches and stuff like that, but I don't think it's relevant because City played like three different shapes in last three different games, and yeah, one of them with Rodri. So yeah, that won't matter anymore. So yeah, last in they meet in the FA Cup where Arsenal beat Man City in penalty shootout, and what they did actually, they pushed Havertz a little bit further down the pitch as a lone striker. I think Martinelli played in the left wings, and they were able to retain the ball like long balls with Kai Havertz. So they bought David Raya. So purpose of that actually, he is a little bit better in long balls than Aaron Ramsdale. He will start, although he made a horrible mistake in the Champions League game. And one of the reason Havertz will play is that like Arsenal is like really good in this season, especially winning the ball in this sort of area in the middle of the pitch. And yeah, they actually took like 12 shots on targets from transition, but the number is still uh, below than that. It's not sure if Party will play. I'm not sure about that. He's still injured. He did not. He was in the squad of the last game, but he did not play. But I think he's for some reason. For some weird reason, I think he will play. I'm not sure about it. So yeah, if he plays, they will sort of like try to create one of the Rice or Party will go up. I think they will take turn. It depends on the person. And the second thing is that like if he doesn't play, then Trossard came in. Um, Rice becomes sole defensive midfielder. Jesus playing in the middle, and Havertz is playing. And in this season, actually, we have shown so far, like in the build-up phase, Odegaard came down a little bit and tried to ease up the pressure from the defensive midfielder. We can see that also, like because of his aerial threat, I think. Um, Havertz will get some long balls and actually, yeah, players will they will play the players who complement this skill. I think that's one of the reason Havertz is for sure going to play, and depends on party, either Trossard or not is going to play. And I think Kivior is going to play instead of Zinchenko. Unfortunately, Timber is still injured. And another reason is that it's like really hard to predict both of the coaches actually. They can actually shift a position and make some tweaks in the in between games. So I don't think it will be a similar game in similar build-up situation. So like I'm not going to discuss about build-ups, but but other than that, like we can actually discuss about some interesting movement. And I think Arsenal will try to win the ball in the left flank of the pitches and try to attack from there. And because of that, actually, like Rodri is not there. I think Nunez will play. They try to play him, but with like Kovacic, they don't actually build up any sort of. Yeah, he's still a new signing, so it's understandable. But because of Arsenal's build-up and Pep does not want to concede, especially like let Arsenal to move through the middle. So I think that's the sole reason Nunes is going to play. Other than that, Foden is like his incredible form. I think he's creating over two key passes per games. And Yeah, so and also like if Party plays, then we will see sort of like Havertz versus Partey, uh, like head to head in the middle of the pitch. And another thing is that, like, yeah, for City's perspective, I think Walker will play. I think he is in the top five of like in key passes. So yeah, also like final third complete like passes is like over 70%, I guess. So that's one of the reason, and the reason is that who we're going to play, and he can also like yeah, if Silva is for sure going to play with to how can I say uh, to gain some control. I'm not sure about Alvarez is going to if it's playing or not, but it could be a fool to bench him because Alvarez is like really good in picking up or like balls in between the lines and try to make if Silva trying to make those like curvy movement and he one will take one of the defender and out or out the way to make room for him. Saliba versus Haaland would be another, of course. And for defensive reason, I think Doku is going to play. Um, yeah, like he made like 1.8 tackles per game, and Jack really is still, I think, is not in his best so far. Um, and yeah, I mentioned Ake. Um, he's not in the good form. Yeah, so I think Guardiola is going to play. They see actually I noticed interesting thing. They play when they played Eke, yeah, in the middle. Sometimes like sometimes one of Eke or Akanji was trying to move a little bit in the forward in the midfield to. It's not like they completely left, but it's sort of like a little bit pushed up to cover up their midfielders. But yeah, but it sort of failed a little bit. But it can be seen in the game. Like Akanji will like try to push up and try to win those balls, and Nunez is probably going to pressure up Rice, I guess. So yeah, it would be an interesting game in all those senses, and yeah, Arsenal will try to block those middle zone like they did in the build up and in the build up phase. And here's another interesting take: like if Havertz play defensively when they are building up. Um, he is sort of will be their hanging striker or like a 10. But in the final third phase, Odegaard will push up also like if they want to how can I say press City, they sort of create like a 4-4-2 situation and stuff like that. And yeah, Odegaard normally is the one who is as a played as a second striker or as a attacking midfielder and try to lead those uh, press. Uh, if Foden plays in this case, so yeah, let's see. So I have seen actually City not doing like active pressing in the final third, but in the middle of the pitch, sometimes they just jumped in and try to press and put like so yeah, and normally it's either triggered by Silva or Foden. Well, it depends even like in the Wolves games. Yeah, Wolves lost a ball on the edge of the at the edge of the box because of Foden's press. So it depends like both of the player and the situations of the game. So like there will be a lot of jumping in on presses and stuff like that. And as I said, either team can how can I say change the shapes and tactics in between, even in the games open play. So it would be, of course, interesting. And yeah, it depends on um, like normally if we talk about like Pep Guardiola or Mikel Arteta, it's always like attacking fluidity. I think this season they're both a little bit trying to achieve like a defensive fluidity. So not yeah, especially for Arsenal. So that could be another game changer. And that is from me so far.